Hello everyone and welcome to Time for a New Watch. I am Jeff and this is the Tiger Concept 5508 V5 Big Crown Style J or something like that. I know that's a really catchy name, but this watch is kind of cool. So first off, I want to address that this watch is really difficult to get on camera. When you take pictures of it, they mostly look terrible because of the domed mineral glass crystal. So take a look at that dome. That is pretty cool, actually. I really like the kind of vintage vibe that the dome gives it. But anyway, this is actually a watch from China. Tiger Concept makes a lot of Rolex and Tudor homage watches. And this one is a Rolex 5508 homage. It's got the nice big crown with no crown guard. And it just feels like a great homage watch. It also comes in there's a lot of options for this. I got it with the bracelet here. I'll address this thing later. Not super happy with it. But it comes in a lot of options. I've put it on something that's not available on their website. This is kind of a Sean Connery Bond RAF strap. It's basically a nylon strap. It's similar to a NATO, but it doesn't have the metal holders. It has this kind of holder here instead. This doesn't move, by the way, so I just kind of cut it to length and used a lighter to burn it there. But anyway, back to the watch, which I really like. It cost me 150 bucks with the bracelet. You can get just the watch head for something like 109 bucks, I think. But there's a lot more options to it. This one I got has the DG 2813 movement, which is just your bare standard Chinese movement. It's a clone of the Miyota 8215 with hacking. And I can't remember exactly how many beats per hour it is, but it's not super high. It's not like 28,800 like the ETA high beat movements. But that's fine because the actual vintage Rolex would have 18,000 beats per hour, so I wanted something a bit slower. But it's also available with the Miyota 8215 movement, which is about the same, but definitely going to be higher quality. And it's also available with the Miyota 9015 movement, which is very high quality movement with hacking and 28,000 beats per hour. So it's just, the hand is just going to be so smooth. I've seen a lot of videos of those, but I don't know. The price difference for the Miyota movements is a bit high. It costs the price of the watch with the Chinese movement here, the DG 2813, plus the price of the Miyota movement. So I wasn't sure if I'd like this or not. So I just went with the DG movement for the price, and I'm not disappointed. It's very nice. So first of all, you've got the polished lugs here. Brushed lugs, polished side, drilled through lugs. That gives it also a bit of a vintage Rolex vibe. The big crown is also screw down. So I can unscrew it, wind the watch, hacking, see, second hand stopped, and go. Then, let's screw it back down. You have to push it in, and once the thread catches, yeah, it winds while you screw it in too, but there it is. Now it's screwed in nice and tight. The guy who runs Tiger Concepts, he only tests these watches to 3 atmospheres. That's 30 meters. It does have a screw down crown. It may even be much more waterproof than that, but he doesn't guarantee them beyond 3 atmospheres. That's a smart move on his part because it's going to keep the cost of the watch down. And oh, that reflection on the glass. Look at my camera. There it is. There it is again. Anyway, the bezel. I still really like the glass, even though it's tough to. It's really reflective. But anyway, the bezel. I've heard about Tiger Concept watches have bezels that were like free rotating when people got them. Like if you go like this, the bezel would, rotate down, and it would just, people would have to wrap dental floss around inside under the bezel in order to stop them from moving. But with this new version, the V5 case, the bezel is not free rotating at all. In fact, it's unidirectional, see, and clicking. I didn't count how many clicks, don't really care. But it feels great, and yes, it's, oh, that's not quite, is that right? I don't know. OCD. There it is, it's back at the top. All right, so yeah, the bezel is a great feature of this new V5 case. I'm loving it. Let's get a look at the case back for you. There's nothing fancy going on here, except I smeared it. Let me use my dirty finger to clean it off. So it's just a mirror. Hey, look, my camera again. So yeah, it's just basically a mirrored finish. Yes, mirrored finish. Very nice. All right. That's just about all there is to say about this for now. This is just really my first impression of it. I didn't do an unboxing because, I mean, the box is not super impressive. It's just a watch coming from China, and there's tons of options on it. I talked about the movement options, but you don't have to get gilded hands. You don't have to get a white second hand. I just got an homage to the 5508 Rolex, like really close to it as I could. The dial is glossy. The dial also comes in matte. There's all kinds of hand color combinations. You could get a two-door snowflake hands. There's different text on the dials. I like this more basic text. You could also get a sterile dial, matte dial. There's silver chaptering, not gilded. There's just tons of options, and I think there'll be something. If you're looking for like a vintage Rolex homage, you're gonna find something that you like at Tiger Concept. They even have, they've got like GMT watches. There's tons of different options. And now let's get to the one option I wish I didn't do, at least at the moment, and that's this, the bracelet. Now, when you look at the bracelet, it looks pretty nice, just on visual inspection. Polished on the sides, brushed on the main surface that you see. The clasp, I kind of dig. It's a two-part clasp, and this here kind of like comes up, so it's very easy to undo it if you try. I've had watches where it's a little bit difficult to do. And also, it's still slightly difficult if you don't get it exactly. And screw bars also, not friction bars. But why don't I like this? And why isn't it attached, you may be asking? I think it would look great on this watch. That's why I got it with it. By the way, solid end links. Behold their solidness. That one fell on the floor. Here's the reason why I'm not super happy with this bracelet. So I resized one side of it, and I removed a few links here. That wasn't too bad. But I need to remove a link on this side. So that means that I have to unscrew 2 of these 3 screw bars. Now here's what happens when I try to do this one. It literally rotates freely and does not come out. I can tighten it, I can loosen it, and it does nothing. I can't move it. So that one's out of the picture. So one of these two, actually both of these two, have to come out in order for me to resize it. This one, I cannot, oh my God. Nope. Ugh. I cannot move it beyond this point for the life of me. I actually messed up one of my screwdrivers trying to move that. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna try putting, yeah, I do know, but if it doesn't work, I don't know. I'm gonna try putting it in the freezer and see what happens. Maybe the metal will contract and I can do something with it. But we'll see about that. Anyway, let's go macro and get a good look at this watch. All right, here it is up close. So you can see, oh, there's a little dust here. So you can see it does say about water resistance on the dial there, 100 meters, 330 feet, but that's just flavor text because he only tests it to 3 atmospheres, that's 30 meters. So it might be safe to take it swimming, but I've heard that you can waterproof these better. Let's take off this strap. So here's the sides, probably lots of my fingerprints on there, yeah. Let me wipe that off for you. My very high-tech jeans. Yes. Let me actually wipe off the case back too, so that doesn't look so bad. Alright, so kind of a coin edge bezel. Not really coin edge, but it's thicker than coin edge. Look at that glass. Oh, there's dust on it. I'm not going to wipe that off. I don't care that much. And yet I did wipe it off. So then here, case back. Very, very shiny, shiny. Unsigned crown. Look at my mic. Unsigned crown. Yeah, it's just a nice watch. I would not recommend getting the bracelet at this point. I might see if the seller would replace it for me or something, but yeah, I would recommend just getting the watch head and putting whatever strap you want on it. This is a really nice homage watch. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.